What's going on, guys? I'm gonna go ahead and review something that I purchased. I say about a month ago. I purchased this, and I didn't have the time to do a video on it. Reason why I went and got this right here that I got is because I wanted something for as a home defense, and I was looking at the spectrum of like what kind of firearm should you have as a primary home defense, and I obviously got a couple semi-automatic compact guns and whatnot, and but I wanted something a little bit more powerful. And then looking at to something more powerful, it was either a revolver, a 357, maybe a 44 or whatnot, and looking at the different options. And I even, I sat there and thought about a shotgun. I watched a lot of videos on YouTube and watched some of the other guys who are, more advanced into the firearm world, and they do a lot of testings and a lot of uh, stuff like that where they gather information and they try to put it out there so they can help someone. So I did that, sat around for a very long time, and then I realized that the way I wanted to go was with a shotgun. In this shotgun range, there's a few different ones that you can get. I know there's a 12 gauge, a 20 gauge, and then I think there's a 410 or a 210, something like that. Don't quote me on that. I'm not an expert on guns, and I've never said I was an expert on guns. I'm just looking for something that would work for me. I went to a friend of mine's, my wife's friends in Lakeland, and they have land out there, and they had a shotgun, semi-automatic shotgun, which I really love the kick, the power behind it. I shot it, a bunch of times while I was there, and I fell in love with that kick. So I went out searching for a shotgun, looking at the different options, what I wanted in a shotgun. And to be honest with you, the difference between that semi-automatic shotgun and the pump action is when you rack that. Oh man, the sound of that is just amazing. The damage that you can do with a shotgun, it's unbelievable. Stopping power, I mean, you have it there. Obviously, when you get into something like home defense, right, then you got to look at the different ammunition out there, because not all ammunition for a shotgun it's gonna be good as home defense. Why? I'll tell you why. Because the ammunition for a shotgun comes like this. And inside this case, there's either a big one, there could be a few in there, three, four pellets, or there could be a range where it has a whole bunch of pellets. Now, if you're using a whole bunch of pellets and you try to use logic, and you're in a house or in an apartment, I don't think in an apartment, I don't think a shotgun would be the best option. If you live in a home and you're using a shotgun, then you might want to look at the ammunition that you're gonna get. For example, this one that I'm holding here, this is a 12 gauge, right? And this one, the size is 2 3/4, 2 3/4, and this one is a 4 shot, so it means it's got 4 pellets inside. So the chances of keeping those pellets more grouped is it's higher than, say, if you have 8 pellets in there. You understand? Once it detonates, it's gonna spread. So yeah, if you're looking into having something as a home defense, and I did a lot of research on that, and a lot of the folks were saying that a 4 shot might be better as home defense. So that's the round I chose to go with. So I went and got me these are called the Super X Expert, and they're steel shots. 2 3/4, 4-shot. And I got them in at the same place I got my weapon, which was at Academy Sports. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I got from them. All right, and this is what I got. I'm pointing this, as you guys can see. I'm not pointing it at the camera, but you guys can see there is a pump action, right? The size of the barrel. This is going to be an 18-inch barrel. It's got the pistol grip, and then you got your buttstock back here. On mine's, I'm gonna flip it around so you guys can see it. On mine's, I put a sleeve on it where I can carry other bullets on the side as backup if I need them. On this particular model, you can hold 6 on the tube, and you can load 1 on top if you want to. Now again, this is home defense, and I don't think it's the smartest thing to carry 1 on top on a home defense shotgun. A lot of people out there that don't recommend you doing that, and I'm not gonna do that. So I carry 5 on the tube. I got 4 as backup, and I think I'm gonna get a sling where I can put more ammunition on the sling, where I could have several on there. I've seen a few online. There's a few things I'm gonna do to this shotgun. For example, I'm gonna change the buttstock on it with the grip, and I'm gonna change the tube. I found a company out there that does a +2. So instead of having a 5-round, you're gonna have a 7-round, and it will extend all the way to out here. So I'm gonna go ahead and order that, and I'm gonna go ahead and purchase that and put it on the shotgun itself. And I like this shotgun. You know, I haven't shot it yet. I don't think it's gonna be any more different than the one I shot at my wife's friend's house. So yeah, basically how a shotgun works. This one here has a manual safety that it's at the front here, and you'll work it with your finger, get it off from safety. So it was on safety the whole time. I'm gonna go ahead and rack it back so you guys can hear the noise that I'm saying that I fell in love with, and this is how it sounds. So imagine somebody walks into your house, breaks into your house, and they hear this noise. They're running. They're running, and that's the whole thing about it. I mean, if you hear that noise and you stick around, you're a fool. You know what I mean? If you break into someone's home and next thing you hear is this, and you're still standing in their house, well, I think you deserve whatever you got that day, right? So to me, that's what makes a shotgun. To me, that noise right there when you rack it. Oh my God, I just, you guys can see from the video, I'm smiling. I just love the noise of a shotgun when you rack it. It's just amazing. And it tells the other party, you know, hey, look, man, you chose the wrong house, buddy. You might as well just start running for your life. And that's what you want, you know, at the end of the day. We don't have something like this because we want to kill people. Let me put this out there. So I know a lot of people are against guns, and I have guns in my house. I've always have guns, and my guns have never killed anyone. As crazy as that sounds. Now you put this in the streets of New York, you put this in the streets of Chicago, and I guarantee you, a criminal is going to kill a lot of people with this right here. This in my home is a backup. My first resource as defense is I don't look for problems, and I stay on the right side of the law. I don't try to break the law, so I don't think I need it. You know what I mean? I don't think I'll ever need it because I don't look for problems. I'm in my home, in my business, with my wife and kids. They play sports. So I'm never looking for problems with anyone. Yeah, I may look like something to y'all. To some of y'all may look at me the way I dress and whatnot. And first thing you get to in conclusion is that I'm against the world. No, I've never been to jail, never been arrested, none of that stuff. And that's the reason why I can own this right here, right? So I didn't get this so that I can kill a person. I even got this because, again, if you hear that noise and you still in my home, you're a fool. I mean, both you and I could say you're a fool. If you hear that noise in my home and you're still standing inside my house uninvited, then you're a fool. And then you deserve whatever you got that day. So this gun right here, I'm telling you guys, I'm pointing it down to the floor, but it feels so nice. It feels really good. And always safety with guns, even when you're reviewing a gun, like online like this. And always safety first. Where I'm aiming this at, there's nothing there. It's just the wall of my kitchen, and there's nothing behind it. So yeah, I'm aiming it. I know for sure there's no ammo inside. There's none on the pipe neither. So I know that I'm dealing with an empty gun, but you always want to treat it like it's loaded. Even though I've checked it, my finger would never go in the trigger. So exercise your rights, exercise the right way of doing stuff, being cautious at all time. If you have something like this, lock it up. This is locked up where my kids can't get to it. Although my kids will end up shooting it, at least my two oldest, they will learn how to shoot this right here. I will teach them how to shoot it, how to load it. They know, they've done it. I've had them shot my semi-automatic weapons, 9mm, 38s. They've shot 45, 40. So yeah, I mean, I'm also gonna get them to practice on the shotgun too, because worst case scenario, something happens. I got two older kids. One of them who's gonna be 18 years old this year, and if something happens and we're in the house, then we could divide and protect the younger ones, and my wife, and we could divide into groups. I got scenarios where I put with my kids, and I run some drills with them, and I've told them what we're gonna do in case of an emergency. And that's the whole thing about this right here. This video is, you need to have a plan. It's not just having a gun, but it's having a gun and having a plan. What do you do? What happens in case somebody breaks in the house? Where are your weapons spread out that anyone else can get to it? In your family, one of your older kids, that they can get to it and they can protect themselves or protect their younger brothers, or what if you divide? Because if you divide, it's better than staying in a group together. If it ever comes to that in the world that we live in, which right now it seems like it's probably around the corner, and I don't want to sound so negative, but it's so many bad things going on, so many things that are happening, and it gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And a lot of people say, yeah, to fix the problem, all you have to do is get rid of all guns. Well, let me tell you what. If you get rid of guns, a criminal is still a criminal. If you go into a prison, they don't have guns, but they make knives, and they stab each other, and they cut each other, and they kill each other with knives. The problem is not on the weapon. The problem is in the people's hearts. So we could go all day talking about and you're not gonna convince me. At the end of the day, you will never convince me, because at the end of the day, when a criminal has in its mind that day they were gonna do something because they needed the money, they're not gonna stop. You take away the gun, they'll come with a bat, or they'll come with a knife. They'll improvise something. I mean, there's people in places in the world where they have no weapons, and they'll improvise bombs. and they'll do them. So that's the whole thing about it. The whole thing about it is always uh, expecting the best, hoping for the best, but preparing for the worst. And that's the whole message here. So, like I always tell you guys, stay positive. Even in the middle of all this, stay positive. Do good to someone, forgive people, protect yourself, protect your family, do whatever is in your means to protect your family. God bless everybody, and stay tuned for more. I got another review that I will do on my AR-15, the last one I got, so you guys can see it. It's an entry level, so it's something that it might be in the range of someone. This right here, this shotgun right here, was nothing but $180. So if you need a home defense and you don't have a lot of money, then this right here is the way to go. I paid $180 for this, So we're like, at, like 240, 250, you can walk out with a home defense and some ammunition to go with it, right? So stay tuned. There's more to come. God bless everybody. Take care.